Hello, this is Nick from Breaker Press Games, and I wanted to give you all an update as to everything that's going on with Breaker Press. I was looking at YouTube and noticed that the last update was a month ago. It was on the 23rd of August, or of July. And so, yeah, it's about time that I gave everybody an update as to what's going on. So, first and foremost, in the last month, Wide-Eyed Terror, all of the copies have now shipped. We actually had been waiting on the second printing of Rabid Dogs. The second printing of Rabid Dogs is done, and so all of those were packaged up and shipped out, and that has been cleared from the queue. It's all done. So if you are still waiting on these two zines, they should be to you anytime now. If for some reason they don't arrive in the next couple of weeks, reach out and we will try and figure out what happened. But all of your copies have shipped, so they should be on the way. So, which brings us to the Tome of Debasement. The Tome, all of those copies have shipped except for 6. There are a few international folks that we are still figuring out some postage and filling out surveys, those types of things. But as soon as we clear those last 6, everything regarding the Tome of Debasement has shipped. In fact, those 6 are also not only internationals, but they are full corruption level. So they ended up getting this zine, Wide-Eyed Terror, Rabid Dogs, and the Precipice of Corruption. So yeah, it's very exciting to have all of those things cleared. So what's next? Well, as some of you may remember, in June we ran a Kickstarter for something called the Stennard Courier Volume 1, and that zine, we are still in the process of doing art, layout, and some playtesting. I've got a new campaign that I started running on every other Wednesday, and been trying out some of that content there. And so far, so good. I'm very excited. And Jamie Jordan has submitted a ton of NPC pieces, because most of the art in that particular zine is going to be portraits of different NPCs. And yeah, everything with that is coming along great. As of right now, it seems as though the shipping deadline of October should still be spot on. But yeah, I need to get my butt in gear and continue working on that layout and get it to Alex soon so that Alex can start editing it. So what's next? What's gonna happen after that? I've mentioned in previous updates the upcoming Protectorate of Jenulane. I wanted to start commissioning more art before I launched the Kickstarter. As I've mentioned in the past, the content has been play tested a bunch of times, and yeah, really at this point, it's time to start going into layout editing. And half of the book has been edited already, because it's broken into two sections, and the first half of it, the larger half, is already gone through editing once. So where we're at right now is starting to do layout and curate art. Jamie Jordan is going to be on as normal. We just got our first piece submitted from Rich Sampson, aka Nerdgore, who did a bunch of the art in the Precipice of Corruption, and it is he's actually turned in the first piece and started to work on the second piece, and things should start moving along. So everything right there is going according to plan, and it's all very exciting. So that's Kickstarters. As far as when the Protectorate of Jenulane Kickstarter will drop, I am guessing before the end of the month. It should hopefully be in a week and a half. I just have to get approval from Goodman and get approval from Kickstarter, and we should be good to go. So that's where that is. So that's exciting. Patreon. So Patreon, I've been a little quiet this month so far, but I've got one of my players in the new Jenulane campaign had specifically requested having a fighter that was more of a brawler or a wrestler, and so I think we named it the Bruiser class for now. But there is a new character class that we have been messing with, and I want to throw that into layout and put that on the Patreon. And want to get some more NPCs up there because I've started working my way through that. And one of the things that I was doing earlier this month and want to start putting the finishing touches on is, so I had put up the 6-page document called the Hillwood Camp. And in the time since I put that up, I got super excited about Tal the Woodsman, now referred to as Tal Lonecutter. And Tal was an NPC from my very first campaign. He was basically the first NPC that I improv'd on the fly after getting back to playing role-playing games again. And he ended up, I gave him a very, very flat delivery, and everybody thought I was channeling Ron Swanson from Parks and Recreation. And so he has been given a genuine homage to Nick Offerman / Ron Swanson. So being super excited about that, I commissioned art from Jamie Jordan. Jamie Jordan knocked it out of the park. One of my favorite portraits that he has done so far. And so I ended up being like, I need to update this document and get it back on Patreon, get the new version on Patreon. So it'll be bumped up to 8 or 12 pages, and it will have Tal Lonecutter's information really fleshed out with his portrait, and I hope that Patreon backers will enjoy it. So finally, the last thing that I want to go over really quick is YouTube videos, because obviously I've been recording more YouTube videos. So what's the future of that? And I recorded 2 campaign diary entries so far, having to do with the Jenulane campaign that we just started, and I'm really enjoying making them. They're not getting as many views, but I kind of really enjoy kind of going over what transpired during the session, and I do want to start putting streaming on Twitch again, because we did that before, and though that didn't get a lot of viewers either, sometimes it's fun to go back and look at things and be like, yes, that's what happened. And maybe I can segue in some clips or something like that. We'll see. But the Jenulane campaign diaries are definitely going to continue because I just like making them. The other thing that I want to do, I've wanted for a really long time to do interviews, and I've got some solid ideas of what I want to do with that. And so I'm gonna make a overlay, an OBS overlay for doing some interviews, and I think that's something that's going to come up in the future as well. Just because I feel like, I love cross promoting with people, and I love interacting with people, and I really enjoy, as a designer, I have always enjoyed listening to other designers talk. And talk about the things that they're working on and what they're passionate about and what their influences are. I could go on about this, but it's something that I really want to do, and I know that I enjoy listening to that kind of content, so maybe you will as well. But that is what's going on with the future of Breaker Press. I've just really excited to be doing a bunch of these different things, and hopefully you're excited about them as well. Thank you for supporting Breaker Press. Thank you for supporting the Patreon. Thank you for supporting all of these different Kickstarters. We couldn't do this without you. I know you hear that all the time from other creators, but it's the truth. So on that note, thank you for supporting indie games and indie game designers. This is Nick from Breaker Press Games, signing off. Bye.